Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we are going to be using some Dollar Tree items today, guys, to make some unique DIYs today, guys. As you know, it's that time of the month. We are here again doing the Just Our Imagination playlist, and this month, guys, we had to use wire baskets, pooper scoopers, you heard me right, and clipboards. So I'm just showing you a few items there that we're going to get started with, and we're going to jump right into our first project, starting with the wire baskets. Now, I am using these little, this little oval shaped wire basket and this paper clip I don't know if you can call it a wire basket, but it's a paper clip holder, but it's wired. Okay, so what I'm doing here is taking some Dollar Tree masking tape. Now, this is some true heavy duty masking tape, okay? I mean, it's no joke. It is like super, super sticky, but I'm adding this to each of these wire baskets, and I actually have two of the paper clips. I'm only showing you that I'm covering one, but the same method of covering these was the same on all of them, right? So I just didn't want to take you through each one of those. Now I need you guys to open your mind. You know what I say, I need you guys to receive it because before it gets to the final the end of the final results, the end of the project, it's gonna look kind of like Frankenstein's foot, okay? But I need you guys to open your minds and receive it, okay? So what we're making is a snow boot. Yes, you heard me right, a snow boot. And like I said, it's looking like Frankenstein's shoe. Okay, Herman Munster. Yes, we are channeling our Herman Munster here, but we're going to fix that. So we're going to use some of this Sherpa fabric that you can find at Dollar Tree. And it's kind of like that sheepskin looking fabric, textured fabric, whatever. It's called Sherpa fabric. Anyway, this is how we're going to soften up our Frankenstein shoe. So I wasn't sure if I was going to need two of them, but one worked enough. Actually, one was more than enough. So what I'm going to do here, guys, and I'm winging this, okay? This is my brain. As I often say to you guys, you know, this is my brain in action, okay? Now, I did have to edit some out, but for the most part, you guys are seeing it all unravel right here, okay? So I'm just gluing it down, and I needed to cover it in the duct tape because the fabric in the hot glue, all that wouldn't work on that metal. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna make this work? And so this is what I came up with. Now, I don't know if this was the right thing to do, but it got the job done. So we're gonna say it was the right thing to do. So as you see, I'm just wrapping it around, and as I'm wrapping it, guys, I'm pulling it, like, you know, because it is a stretchy fabric, so even with me pulling it, it still was a little saggy, but we're going to remedy that, okay? I just need you guys to go through this process with me here, okay? Because it was a true process. And I gotta tell you, you know, yeah, I don't know what to tell y'all, but this is what's happening. So I'm cutting it down, as you guys can see. We're just making sure it's nice and glued down. Now, what did happen here, once I put the duct tape on it, and then I started manipulating it and everything to try to make it look more like a boot, it did become a bit wobbly. So I just couldn't fix that. I probably could have went in and added some Jenga blocks or something, or tire tumbling blocks. That probably would have helped, but it wasn't a big whoop, okay? So right here, I'm just kind of pulling it and cinching it towards the front. And this is going to give it its design. So to give it almost that illusion as if it's tied, like with shoestrings. But you know, use your imagination. Come on, lovies. Use your imagination. Come in with, just stay with me. Stay with me, okay? So right here, I'm like, it still needs to be a little bit more snug. So I'm just fiddling around with it, gluing it down, making sure it's all working and everything. And so then I just take some of this jute rope or nautical rope that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cover up that base because I didn't want any of the duct tape to show. Again, the duct tape was strictly to be used so that I could glue everything down. So I'm going to go around twice with that nautical rope or jute rope or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to take that around twice. And this is going to be the base of the boot. Now, I know you probably can't see it yet. I hope you see it coming to life. Like, I don't know. It was a thought. I was trying to be creative here. And this is what my brain came up with. Okay? So, right here, I was playing around with it. Do I want to take some more of that jute rope and tie it around? But I was like, no, I don't really like that. So then I had this burlap ribbon. And I like that. That kind of helped cinch it even more, you know, because it had a little bit of a bulk right around where the fake ankles would have been, or the ankle, I guess, because it's only one boot. So where the fake ankle would have been, and I just couldn't press it in anymore because it would have started looking too pointy, and I didn't want that. So I just had to accept the bulk for what it was. So right here, I'm still fussing with it, and I decided to just go ahead and glue it down, like just bite the bullet and just do it, man. It's just a craft. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm sorry y'all can't see that, but all I'm doing is gluing it down in the back, just trying to make sure it's lined up where I cut it off, and that's it. And I'll be coming back. I'll show you guys. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I don't know. Yeah, I'm pointing. Oh no, I'm just pressing it in there, trying not to burn my finger. But okay, so yep, I'll say I did the right thing. All right, so I cut it down. And there you go. And I think the boot is. I think it's forming. I think it's coming. So here I pull out my buttons. Right. I'm like, okay, what else can we add to this to make it look more like a snow boot? So I don't know if this was again the right thing to do, but this is what my brain said to do, so I did it. So then I took some of this macrame cord. It was a bow, and I think Kathy Jo sent me this bow. And so I'm almost certain it was her. I don't think I made that. But anyway, so I tacked that on there, and then I'm going to put the button back on there. Because again, I wanted to look like it was tied up, you know. I should have did like a crisscross with it. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. But anyway, so because I just thought about that right now, that didn't happen. So we're going to go with the button. And there you have it. I think it looks like a boot. It kind of looks like an Ugg. Right? Or Uggs. Or Ugg. Because there's only one boot. Okay. Anyway, okay. So I'm taking some of this pool noodle, stuffing that in there. And then we're just going in with this pine cone pick that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to arrange that in there. And that's it for this project, guys. You got to let me know. Does it look like a boot or not? I think it looks like a boot. I do. All right. So, yes, we are back with Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. This month's guest host or co-host is Carolyn from Craft Classy. All right. So, I will have their information along with the playlist in my description box below. Stop by and tell them I said hello. All right, so Brenda, with her wacky self, decided she wanted to pay me back for the air freshener cans last month, and she decided to do pooper scoopers, okay? So, that's me. The whole hand movement is me fussing at Brenda. Like, it was a whole conversation that Brenda was not a part of, but we were having that conversation. I was fussing at her. I really was, because I had no idea what I was going to do with this pooper scooper. I was like, okay, do I cut it down? Do I craft with it? Like, do I, design something with it? So I'm like, my brain tapped out when I got here. So I'm like, okay, we're going to make a shovel out of this, but it's going to be a cute little saying that goes with this shovel. It actually really tickled me. But So that's what we're making. So I'm taking these giant craft sticks, or giant popsicle sticks. That, that would be a huge popsicle, but that's what we're taking. Then we're going to go in with some foil paper. Now, this was also one of our previous challenge items that we had to use once before in another playlist. Well, the same, just our imagination, but anyway, we had to use this on one of our other challenges, right? So I was like, all right, that'll be cool. Let me incorporate that here. So I'm just taking the foil paper. I'm not too worried about the back being all wrinkly. I was just really trying to be careful to keep the front as smooth as I possibly can. But some of the little wrinkles in there was okay because it added to the end result of what I was going for. So what I'm doing here, I wasn't sure if that hot glue would stick with the foil and the plastic, so I just opted to use some masking tape to hold it down, or to tape it down and to kind of patch it up. And again, I'm not too concerned about the back part being all wrinkled. I just needed it to be covered, that's all. So, but what I didn't cover was the back part of the handle, and that's okay. It would have looked weird for me to put another one of those crafting sticks on the back, and it just wasn't working. I didn't like the way it looked. So I was like, you know what? I'll just leave it like this. It is what it is. Nobody's going to really see it unless they're being nosy. And if they're being nosy, then they deserve to see it and get what they get. All right. So what I'm doing right here is I'm taking some of my burnt umber. I stained the handle, and now I'm just putting it over the base because I wanted to just kind of, not give it a rust look, but I wanted to give it a worn look. So I just go in with that burnt umber, and I'm hitting it with my heat gun. And that's just because when you put the paint on, I go and I kind of wipe it off. It kind of left a little smear on there, but when you dry it, it gives it this weird texture look. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so now I'm taking some of my white paint and just going over the top part of that shovel, as you guys can see, to give it like a snow look to it, like it's almost frozen, almost, kind of. Okay, yeah, okay, because I didn't want it to look fallish. All right, so here's where we're going to use the clipboard. All right, so these are the only clipboards I could find at Dollar Tree. I did find two. I wasn't sure which shape I wanted to use for this one, but I was drawn more to the clouds on this. But I kind of wish the clip part was on the other end of it. And you guys will see why once everything comes together. So here I'm just taking one of these mop heads, which was from another one of our challenges. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm really trying to use up my stash right now because I have a lot of stuff, and it's a lot to try to pack all this stuff up. So I'm trying to eliminate as much as I can. I know it's making a small dent, but it's still a dent nonetheless. But anyway, so this was from one of our previous challenges. I didn't end up using it. So what I'm doing right here is the part that I cut off, I'm going to take that and cover the clip part of this. Now, I'm not gluing it on the actual metal clip itself because I need that to stay functional. So then the little scraps that was, came off from when I cut this, I'm going to use that to do a little patchwork on those sides. And it worked out pretty good, actually. So once I get that covered, and it doesn't take much, actually, it just takes a little dab and it's good to go. So next I have this 4x4 square plank that comes in a pack, I think, of 6. You can pick these up at Dollar Tree. Now I did stain this in the burnt umber as well, and I'm just giving it a little whitewash, and that's because this is where I'm going to be adding the lettering to. And so I'm going in with these cute little whimsical letters that I picked up off of Amazon. And I'm just going to... I was like, what can I say on here? And I wanted to do kind of a play on words. So I put on... I put on here, take this snow and shovel it. I thought that was so hilarious. I tickled myself. I really did. I thought it was so cute. And I was like, like, take this job and shove it. Take this snow and shovel it. or, not take this job and shovel it, but take this job and shove it. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say shove it. Like, I thought that would be a little too harsh. Okay, anyway, I was tickled by it. I'm sure nobody will be. I know it was corny. I know, but I thought it was cute. Okay, so now adding in some of these snowflakes. I think I got those from Hobby Lobby. I think. I'm not sure, but I think so. All right, so this is going to act as my handle for my shovel. Now, I know it does not look like a handle, but again, what are we doing? We're opening our minds and we are receiving today's project. All of them, every last one of them. We're receiving every last one of them with an open mind, okay? And a little bit of humor. Okay, find your happy place. All right, so what am I doing? Taking some more I took some more of that foil paper and wrapped it. I don't know why I went up so far. I think I was trying to cover up the crafting stick, but then I realized you're going to take the jute twine, and this is more of a smaller jute twine, and just wrap it around there so nobody's actually going to see that. But, my brain was going, and so it took me a minute to catch up with it. But I'm just going to take the jute cord and wrap around. Now, I know jute cord is not typically on, shovels, but today it is because we needed something to cover up our, connectors there. All right. So once we get that all wrapped around, looking all cute, I think it looks like a shovel. I do. I really do. I really think it looks like a shovel. I 100% do, with a little snow on it. All right. So now we're going to pull out the clipboard, and we're going to use that clipboard to hold the pooper scooper. And there you have it, guys. All right. So now do y'all remember my snow patties? Yep. That was another challenge. Yep. Yeah. So I decided to hold on to those snow patties and add them here. Now, I didn't know why I was holding on to my snow patties, but here you go. There you go. And I do end up gluing those in. I just didn't leave it on camera. But, all right. So once we got that all going, then I was like, it needs something else. So I decided to take one of these snowman ornaments that I had in my stash. So I'm like, all right, we're going to throw that on there. And I think that's cute. Y'all, this is so cute. I think it's cute. Take this snow and shovel it. I just think it's cute. All right, so once we get him on there, now what I also do is I decide to add take the not yet. Okay, so right here, what I decided to do is take some snow text and add that to the top of the sign to make it look like it, had a snowy top to it, because it just seemed bare to me. It needed something extra. So that's what I decided to do. So once I get all that on there, next what I'm going to do is I took some of the pom-pom ribbon. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I feel like it's going to come up really fast here. So I took some, I don't know. Let me just stay here, because once I get to going, that's it. So he seemed a little unstable to me, so I decided to glue him to the shovel a little bit, just a little bit. So then I took some of the pom-pom ribbon and gave him a little pom-pom on his beanie and gave him some earmuffs. Oh, isn't that adorable? I love it. All right, so here we are with project number 3, which is our final project of today, guys. Don't forget, I am participating in the Just Our Imagination open playlist. I will have the information in my description box below. Go by and check them out. All right, so what we have here is a cup that I picked up from Woodpecker's Crafts, and the plate came from, I want to say the plate came from 24 Hours Crafts, if I'm not mistaken. If it didn't come from there, it came from Woodpeckers. Now, I am affiliated with woodpeckerscrafts.com. If you want to check them out, I do have a discount code in my description box below, as well as some other discount codes for other merchants that I like to work with, and pretty fond of their products. So if you want to ever check that out, I always have that information in my description box. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking 2 types of green paint. One was the succulent paint, and another one I think was like a forest green or something like that. I honestly can't remember, but I mixed the 2 together because I wanted a more minty color. And I think this was a little bit light, but once it dries, it gives me the vibe I was going, because I wanted to make a peppermint mocha latte. But when I spelled it out, all I put was peppermint latte. So you just have to pretend you see the mocha part, okay? Okay, because I couldn't go back and change it, because I had, you guys will see what I did, but I couldn't go back in and add the mocha. So I'm just going around the cup and giving it a nice paint. Then I'm outlining it with my brush pen, and I just didn't want to take you guys through the whole outlining process, so I'm just showing you bits and pieces, clips and bits of it and all that stuff. But once we get it outlined, I want to give it that kind of cartoon feel. I like that look with certain projects that I do, and this was one of them. And so I really like this just like this, but I really wanted to tie it together, so I decided to paint the back or that top part in green. And then I like to take advantage of the natural wood grain when I work with these cups, because it gives the look of the cocoa or the coffee as if it has like swirls in it. So next, what I'm doing is I'm taking this ice cream cone wood cutout that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using the back of it. So I'm just going to paint the top part of it in the color white, and this is by FolkArt, and I'm just gonna, like I said, paint the top of it, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of shadowing using the silver marin, or yeah, I think it's silver marin, and I'm just gonna, just like I said, give it just a light little distressing here, and that's just to make it look like it has swirls in it. Right now, I didn't want to use the other side. I totally could have, as I thought about this, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted to do my own thing, which I often do. So this is going to act as the whipped cream. Now, where I dropped the ball here, I actually should have went ahead and just not have been lazy and cut that ice cream cone down to the part I wanted it to be, and I could have added that to the like the middle part of the cup, because I feel like, because you can see that rim around the cup, it just threw it off in my eyes. And you guys can let me know if I'm just, imagining things, but I was like, I missed the mark on this one, but it still came out absolutely adorable. Now, what also tickled me about this ice cream this ice cream thing, I was like, this kind of looks like the little, poopy emoji. I was like, I should have put that in the pooper scooper. No, just kidding. Okay. But it does look like it. So anyway, all right. So here I'm just taking the little peppermints. These are some peppermint ornaments I've had in my stash forever. I do believe these came from Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm just placing them like a little stack right there to try to camouflage where I put the whipped cream on the cup, and it didn't really work. It was just bothering me. I did try to fix it off camera, but I'm not going to show you guys how I butchered it. It was not good. So I have to go back and fix it. I tried to make it work, but I messed it up, y'all. I really messed it up. So I'm going in with some more of my letters, like I said, and I'm spelling out peppermint latte. Yep, I did that wrong. So, all right. So now we're going to take this and sit this right in the middle of the plate. We are going to take some tower tumbling blocks and glue them on to the back of this to keep it stable. And what you saw I used there was just a little bit of my Eileen's tacky glue and some hot glue, doing the same thing for that tower tumbling block, just to make sure this piece stays in place. As you can see, it's already standing up pretty sturdy by itself, but we don't trust that. So we're going in with some reinforcements, and I'm going to add just a few more peppermints to this, and I love the way this, and I'm going to add some snowflakes, because this is, we want that wintry, snuggly vibe happening here. And those just came off I have like this, it came in a roll like a ribbon, but I don't know that you can actually tie it like a ribbon, so I just cut the snowflakes off when I need some white snowflakes, and there you have it. And here we are with the final reveal. You guys have to let me know, lovies, if you have a favorite of today. And if you are still riding with me, lovies, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the ride with me, old and new. And like I said, if you have a favorite of the day, please let me know, because I would love to hear about it. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because I love to chat with you guys after each and every video. Now you guys have to tell me, does it look like a boot or not? I think it looks like a boot, kind of, sort of. Like if you squint a little bit, I think you'll see a boot. I think you'll see it's a snow boot. It needs a little bit of help, I know. But we tried. We used the basket, right? And then you're going to take this snow and shovel it. I do think this is my favorite of today. Absolutely too. I loved all of them. You know, I really didn't know what I was going to do with this pooper scooper. But, I mean, hey, I made it work. I think so. And I absolutely love the way it came out. I can't wait to see what the other ladies have for you guys. Don't forget, I am participating in the Just Our Imagination playlist. I will have the host and co-host information in my description box below. Stop by and tell them I said hello, and I can't wait to see what they have for you guys. All right, lovies, until the next video, be safe, be kind. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.